to all our wonderful listeners. A very warm welcome back to Talk Confident. I am Sophie, and I am so happy you are spending this time with us.
And I am Alex. Hello, everyone. It is great to be here. We hope you are having a peaceful and happy day.
We really do. Alex, I have a question for you. How is your memory feeling today? Is it sharp, or is it a little bit foggy?
Oh, Sophie, that is a dangerous question. Today, my memory is interesting.
Interesting. What does that mean?
Well, this morning, I walked into the kitchen, I stood there, I looked at the fridge, and I completely forgot why I was there.
Oh, I know that feeling. The why am I here moment.
Exactly. I stood there for 1 minute just looking at the milk. And then I remembered. Coffee. I wanted coffee.
Coffee is usually the answer.
It is. So to answer your question, my memory is a little bit sleepy today, but I am happy.
That is the most important thing. And actually, Alex, your sleepy memory is perfect for our topic today.
Really? Are we talking about forgetting things in the kitchen?
No, not the kitchen. We are talking about English words.
Ah, the mystery of the disappearing words.
Yes, you learn a new word on Monday, you feel great, you think, I know this word. And then on Tuesday,
Poof, it is gone.
completely gone, like it was never there. It is so frustrating.
It is very frustrating. Our students ask us about this all the time. They say, Alex, is my brain broken? Why do I forget so fast?
It is a very common worry. So today, on Talk Confident, we are going to explore this. Why do we forget? And how can we remember?
It's going to be a very helpful conversation. But before we dive in, Sophie, we should invite our friends to stay with us.
Yes, please. If you want to improve your English and feel more confident, please subscribe to our channel, Talk Confident.
Just click that subscribe button. And if you enjoy our slow, relaxed conversations, please click like too.
It helps us so much, and we love reading your comments. So, Alex, the disappearing words, why does it happen?
Well, Sophie, imagine your brain is like a bucket.
A bucket. Okay, I have a bucket.
You pour water into the bucket. The water is the new English words.
Okay, I'm pouring words in. Table, chair, happiness, elephant.
But this bucket has holes in the bottom.
Oh no, holes?
Small holes. So you pour the water in, but slowly the water leaks out.
Drip, drip, drip.
Exactly. That is our brain. It's natural. Our brains are designed to forget things we don't need.
That is true. I don't remember what I ate for lunch 3 weeks ago.
Oh, exactly. Your brain says, Sophie, this information is not important. Delete.
Delete. Thinking. So when we learn English words, our brain thinks this is not important?
Sometimes, yes. If we just read a word in a list, the brain says, okay, that's nice, but I don't need this to survive.
So it throws it away.
It throws it away to make space.
That makes sense. But it's sad. I want to keep the words.
We all do. So the question is, how do we close the holes in the bucket?
How do we tell the brain, hey, this word is important, keep it?
The secret is connection.
Connection. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Of course. Think about your life, Sophie. Which memories are the strongest?
I remember my wedding day. I remember the day I got my dog. I remember a very scary movie I saw when I was 10.
Okay, why do you remember those things?
Because I had strong feelings. Love, happiness, fear.
Exactly. Emotion. Emotion is like glue.
Glue. It sticks things together.
Yes, when you have an emotion, the memory sticks to your brain. It stays.
But, Alex, English vocabulary is not always emotional. The word spoon is not very exciting.
That is true. Spoon is not a dramatic word.
I don't cry when I see a spoon. I don't laugh when I see a spoon.
So we have to create the connection. We have to make it sticky.
How do we make spoon sticky?
You have to use it, and you have to make it personal.
Personal. Okay.
Many students learn words by reading a list. Spoon equals cuillère. Table equals mesa.
Lists are very boring.
Very boring, and your brain sleeps. But what if you hold a spoon?
Hold it physically?
Yes, go to your kitchen, take a spoon, feel the metal. Is it cold?
It is cold and hard.
Now look at your face in the spoon. You look funny, right?
Yes, upside down and round.
Now say the word, spoon. This is my spoon. I see my funny face in the spoon.
That is silly.
It is silly, but silly is good. Silly is an emotion.
Ah, I see. Because I laughed, my brain wakes up.
Exactly. Your brain says, oh, this moment is funny. I will remember this moment, and I will remember the word spoon.
So we need to stop just reading words. We need to play with them.
Yes, play with them, touch them, act them out.
Act them out? Like an actor?
Why not? Let's try one. Sophie, imagine the word is exhausted.
Exhausted. It means very, very tired.
Yes. Now don't just say it. Show me.
Ugh, I am so exhausted. My shoulders are down, my eyes are closing.
That is good acting.
Thank you. I felt it.
You felt it in your body. You connected the word exhausted to the feeling of being tired.
So next time I'm tired, my brain will find that word easier?
Much easier, because the word is now in your body, not just in a book.
I love that idea. In your body, not just in a book.
It changes everything. But Sophie, there's another reason we forget words.
What is it?
We simply don't use them enough.
Ah, the use it or lose it rule.
Exactly. Imagine you meet a person at a party. You say hello, you hear their name, and then you don't see them for 5 years.
Do I remember their name? No way.
Why not?
Because I never saw them again. They were a stranger.
But imagine you have a neighbor. You see him every morning. You say, "Good morning, Bob." "Hello, Bob."
I will never forget Bob.
Because you see him every day. Words are the same. They need to be your neighbors, not strangers.
I like that. We need to make words our neighbors.
Yes, but students often treat words like strangers. They read the word once on Monday, and they hope to remember it on Friday.
That's impossible.
It is impossible. The brain cleans the house. It throws out the stranger.
So we need repetition, but not boring repetition, not just writing it 100 times.
No, that hurts my hand and my head. Oh, mine too. We need spaced repetition.
Spaced repetition. That sounds scientific. Can we make it simple?
Very simple. It just means say hello to the word today, then say hello tomorrow, then say hello in 3 days, then next week.
Just a quick hello.
Yes, just use it. Write one sentence or say it in the shower.
In the shower?
The shower is the best classroom.
It really is. I have my best ideas in the shower.
So you learn the word delicious.
Delicious.
Tonight, when you eat dinner, say, "Wow, this is delicious."
Tomorrow, when you drink coffee, delicious.
On Saturday, when you eat ice cream, so delicious.
By next week, the word is my best friend.
It is your best friend. It is your family. You cannot forget it.
That is so true. It takes a little bit of effort, doesn't it?
It does. Active effort. Passive learning, just listening or reading, is easy, but it doesn't stick.
Active learning, speaking, writing, acting, is harder, but it works.
It works. Sophie, there is one more big reason why people forget, and it is a sad reason.
A sad reason? What is it?
Stress.
Oh, yes, fear.
When we speak English, we often feel nervous. We are afraid of making mistakes.
We think, is my grammar correct? Is my pronunciation good?
What if they laugh at me?
And when we worry, what happens to the brain?
The brain freezes. It goes into survival mode.
Survival mode, like when a lion is chasing you?
Exactly. When a lion chases you, do you need to remember the word for umbrella?
No, I need to run.
Exactly. Your brain stops thinking about language. It focuses on safety.
So when we are nervous, we literally cannot access our vocabulary.
The door is locked. The words are inside, but you don't have the key.
That is why I can remember the word after the conversation is finished.
Yes, 10 minutes later, you're walking home, you are relaxed, and suddenly,
Umbrella! The word was umbrella.
because you are calm, the door opens.
So to stop forgetting, we need to relax?
We have to relax. We have to be kind to ourselves.
That is easier said than done, Alex. How do we relax when we are speaking?
We accept that mistakes are normal.
Mistakes are normal.
We accept that forgetting is part of the process.
It is not a failure.
No, if you forget a word, don't panic. Don't say, "Oh, I am stupid."
Never say that.
Say, "Oh, the word is gone. It's okay. I will explain it another way."
That is such a healthier attitude.
It is. If you remove the pressure, the memory works better.
It's like trying to catch a butterfly. If you run and grab, it flies away.
But if you sit still and open your hand,
It might land on you.
beautiful metaphor, Sophie. The words are butterflies. Be gentle.
So let's recap for our listeners. We have 3 main reasons why we forget.
Reason 1, we don't connect emotionally. The words are just boring data.
Solution, make them sticky. Use feelings, use silly actions. Make it personal.
Reason 2, we don't review them enough. We treat them like strangers.
Solution, invite them back. Use the word today, tomorrow, and next week. Make them neighbors.
And reason 3, stress blocks the memory.
Solution, breathe. Relax. Accept that forgetting is normal. Don't let the lion chase you.
No lions in English class, only butterflies.
Alex, I have a little challenge for our listeners. Do you think they're ready?
Our listeners are always ready. What is the challenge?
I want everyone listening to choose one word today. Just one new word.
Okay, one word.
And I want you to do something sticky with it.
Give us an example.
Maybe the word is sparkling, like water with bubbles.
Sparkling. Nice word.
Don't just write it down. Go buy some sparkling water, drink it, feel the bubbles on your tongue.
And say, it is sparkling.
Say it loudly. My water is sparkling.
Or maybe draw a picture of a diamond, a sparkling diamond.
Yes, connect it to an image.
And then tell us the word in the comments.
Oh, yes, we would love that. Tell us your word and tell us how you made it sticky.
Did you act it out? Did you sing it? Did you draw it?
If you sang it, please write the lyrics.
We want to know.
You know, Alex, talking about this makes me feel better about my own memory.
Me too. I don't feel bad about the kitchen moment anymore.
You were just disconnected. You didn't have an emotional connection to the coffee yet.
That is true. Once I smelled the coffee, I remembered.
The smell was the glue.
Exactly. Senses are powerful.
Friends, we hope this conversation helps you. Learning English is a journey. It is a marathon, not a sprint.
And you are doing great. Every word you learn is a victory, even if you forget it and have to learn it again.
Relearning is still learning.
That is a very wise thing to say. Relearning is still learning.
It makes the path stronger the second time.
Absolutely.
Alex, I think I'm going to go practice my sticky words now.
Which word are you going to practice?
I think grateful.
Grateful. That is a beautiful word. How will you practice?
I'm going to look at our listeners and I'm going to feel grateful in my heart.
That is perfect. I feel grateful too.
To everyone listening, thank you for being here. Thank you for trying. Thank you for learning.
We appreciate you so much. If this episode helped you, please remember to subscribe to Talk Confident.
And give us a like. It really helps the channel grow.
And leave that comment with your sticky word. We're waiting to read them.
Have a wonderful, memorable day.
Keep talking, keep practicing, and stay confident.
See you in the next episode. Bye for now.
Goodbye, everyone. Take care.